It's a genteel sport that's been around since the Middle Ages. But there's been a modern makeover.
Welcome back to Adelaide. Can you just feel the hype?
Look at that, ever the showman.
LIV Golf has become hugely popular because of its party atmosphere. This year, the Adelaide leg of the tournament delivered the state an $81 million economic boost.
There it is!
Attracting the event to South Australia has been a hole-in-one for the state's premier. Now Peter Malinauskas has plans to shift the party from its inaugural home at a suburban Adelaide golf course to this one in the city's parklands. Problem is, the way he's gone about it has landed him in the rough. The government's legislated to take control of the city golf course, blindsiding its custodian for the past 100 years, the Adelaide City Council.
I'm supportive of LIV Golf, but the way the Premier has gone about this is quite arrogant, and I think it indicates the hubris this government has.
Are you an arrogant government?
Of course not. Of course not. These people who make these criticisms want a snow dome Adelaide, and they want to keep it for a very, very privileged few. And they want to keep it nice and quiet, and we'll all be bored out of our mind if we go to their agenda.
The government announced its golf course takeover while the City Council's Lord Mayor Jane Lomax-Smith was overseas on business. She sat down with 7:30 upon her return to Adelaide.
We've probably invested many hundreds of millions of dollars over the last 100 years. You know, our investment is being removed, and we have to say this is not a particularly collaborative way to do business.
Was the timing of the announcement a bit underhanded, considering she was overseas?
No, because it was just driven by practical realities. You know, that is what drives this government. We are outcome orientated.
The Lord Mayor had endorsed the plan to move LIV Golf to the city before the state government last week passed the new laws taking ownership of the course. The planning minister says the move was necessary, so there are no delays to the redevelopment, and the course is ready to host the 2028 tournament.
I think some of the critics are focused on the process rather than the outcomes.
Isn't the process important?
Well, no, the outcome's important. I mean,
but the process allows checks and balances, it allows scrutiny. Aren't those things important?
Well, so does the Parliament. I mean, the Parliament passed amendments, which we accepted.
The legislation passed in a week.
And it also has scrutiny. Well, it passed both Houses of Parliament, but there was a week in between.
We haven't in any way obstructed, we haven't produced red tape, we haven't found barriers. In fact, it's a complete carte blanche.
Colourful crossbench MP Frank Pangallo says the City Council was shafted by the sports-loving government.
Oh! A hole-in-one. We've got a good times Premier here. You know, and in reality, he's really all about football, meat pies, golf balls and supercars. And that keeps the plebs happy. It's bread and circuses. I mean, some of the stuff that this government has done would make David Copperfield envious.
The redevelopment will cost at least $45 million, with LIV Golf board member Greg Norman to design a new world-class course without it going to tender. How much will Greg Norman be paid to design the course?
Well, that's a matter of a contract between Department of Premier Cabinet and Greg Norman Golf course design.
So will that figure be made public?
Well, I think ultimately all of these figures tend to come out as part of projects, but as to when it will be disclosed, I'm not sure.
Frank Pangallo believes the government should be paying more attention to core issues like the state's hospitals.
Ramping is actually rampant in South Australia. There are people that can't get into our hospital system.
So we're taking a golf course and it's becoming an even better golf course. They're the ones making this an issue of controversy, and then they say, oh, well, you should get back to basics. We do want to get back to basics. Let's have a debate about ramping. Let's have a debate about housing. And we're quite confident that we've taken the action necessary.
But concerns remain about the redevelopment, including how many new buildings will be constructed on the Parklands course and how many trees will be cut down.
For every tree that we remove, we'll be planting 3 more.
Well, the city parklands are really the jewel in the crown. This is a unique and iconic part of the city. I think we have to have an accounting about this because we can't have heritage listed site that's regarded as free development land. It's not cheap land, it's priceless.
LIV Golf is funded by the Saudi government's Sovereign Wealth Fund, which has been criticised as using the tournament to sports wash the country's human rights abuses.
It's a great event. We support it. Every year, thousands of South Australians pour into the event, and the people who want to knock it and throw a spanner in the works of Adelaide's progress, they're always trying to find process issues and human rights issues and all these other things.
Despite the controversy, Peter Malinauskas and Labor remain as popular as ever and are expected to easily win next year's election.
The weather forecast is looking pretty bloody good.
He's a remarkably effective and professional politician.
That's what you had to put up with.
He's not quite the Premier from Central Casting, but he certainly has all of the attributes that a political party would want.
The upgraded course will be open to the public. It's not yet known whether it'll cost more to play there.
Having a world-class golf course in your city, how many places have got that?
He's a very good Premier and he does very good things in all aspects of making decisions.
We're very pleased to announce today.
He's got the gift of the gab. The words that flow out of his mouth is like gold that come out. He's got that Midas touch. He knows it, and so does his party. So this government needs to be held into account. They really do. And unfortunately they're not. They'll be going into an election campaign full of themselves.